Okay, it's Coach Manny, and we're here, and it's another Friday, and it's another exciting hangout where today we're going to talk about what's probably my most famous and favorite subject, which is failure creates success. Time and time again, I want to work with people on the process, which is holding them back. But before I get there, let me do a couple of housekeeping tips and a couple of housekeeping items, and then we'll get to the nuts and bolts of today's lesson. And please stay with us because if there's anything that potentially is holding you back, today is the show for you. So we're here every Friday at noon, either live or recorded. You never know how we're coming to you. If you check early, you might be able to watch us earlier if we pre-recorded, like we're pre-recording today, so you're probably watching this in record mode because big event going on personally tomorrow, or actually today. No, tomorrow. That's right. We're recording this Thursday. So, but every Friday we do something to help you in your process of building your business. Whether it's sales, we do a lot of work on sales, leadership, whether it's some tool, whether we got a guest, no matter what, we're here to help you. And the other thing is, we're going to be moving this show to a podcast as well. So if you can't watch the Hangout, you can always listen to the podcast. So get excited because the new October 7th, we're going to unveil the new Entrepreneur Toolbox webinar and Hangout, and even more than that, podcast. So stick with us. It's the same great stuff. We're always got good stuff. A lot of times we got free stuff coming to you. Today I have a special offer for you if you're interested. So let me show you the book. There it is. And many of you have seen this. And if you've been to any of my events, I always try to give some of these away because this is the nuts and bolts of what I do. Failure creates success. I believe it. I live it. I've gone through it. And it is the key. It is what holds so many people back from being as great as they could be because they're so worried that for some reason they might fail. For some reason, something might stand in their way and they may not be able to make it and be successful. So what do? They do nothing. And I know I'm talking to some of you out there today. Failure, the fear of failure has held you back. The fear that you might mess up. Who cares? Okay, I have another book coming out, hopefully the first of the year, on decision making, which is really step 2 of the whole failure creates success process. We're going to show you the things that hold people back from making the decision. But you need to make a decision today that failure is not, the fear of failure is not going to hold you back any longer. That you are going to work your way through this. That you have the confidence that you, whether it's an idea, whether it's a question, whether it's a product, whether it's a book, whatever it is, stop today. Make a commitment to me today. While you're on this video, while you're watching us today, make a commitment that you no longer are going to let that stop you. And if you fail, you will just get up and learn, look at what you learned, and then move on. So I don't probably have time to go through all the steps today, but on the back of the book, and I'll show that to you here, is a 13 steps in 3 pieces. And we're going to talk about the 3 pieces today. And if you're local in the Jersey area, we're recording this on the 22nd. On the 26th, which is Monday night at Rowan Tech Center, I will be doing a little bit of this for Toastmasters. And if you're not in Toastmasters, come out to the meeting. It's at 7 o'clock, so come on out. Join us. You know, we're always somewhere, right? No matter how good you are, Toastmasters is a great place if you want to do this for a living. You know, speak. Or if you're a corporate person and you got to speak sometimes, you still should be there. So let's talk about the 3 pieces. First of all, the 3 pieces of failure creates success are or the three pieces that are going to move you forward so you don't have to worry about that anymore, are you got to have a vision, you got to have a plan, and then you've got to take the action. And those are the three key pieces that if you do them, and even if you fail, guess what? You're going to get up, you're going to put it back together, and you're going to go on. So let's talk about point one, vision. This is the thing that so many people don't have. If I ask most people out there today, what's holding you back? They won't know. But even more, if I ask them the question, what is it you want? What is it? What is that vision? What is it that you see out there? What is it? Are you going to be president of this country? Because we sure could use some more candidates, but we're not going there. Are you going to be the CEO? Are you going to be a CIO? What is it you're going to be? You know, I've always had a vision, and big vision was working for myself. But even years ago, when I was a computer programmer, I never saw myself as a computer programmer. I saw myself as someday being the CIO. All right. And even when I was a salesperson, I never thought myself as a salesperson. I thought myself as being the CEO. Either way, there was always a vision there. And when I'm working my business, I don't see myself as just, well, I'm making a living, I'm doing a business. That's a job working for yourself. You got to have something bigger than that. My vision is to stand on that stage in Vegas with thousands of people out there giving a keynote at one of the major shows in the country. I got that vision out there. My vision is to, as you guys who follow me a lot, is to sit on the balcony of that house, sitting on a beach in Seattle, just right on the beach watching it, right? So that's the vision. My vision is to build a process to help millions of people who are hesitating today, who aren't doing everything they can do, and to help them. And this book is one of the key ways that we do that. So you got to have a vision. What's your vision? It takes courage to build a vision, okay? Because one of the things that you have to do is you have to go out there and you have to announce to the world, this is my vision. This is what I'm going to do. And guess what? Nothing in this world is going to stop me. And if it does, I'm just going to bust through it. I'm going to go under it, around it, through it, over it. It doesn't make any difference because I got a vision. Now, distinction. A lot of people have dreams, but a vision is much more than a dream, because dream is just something you like to do. It's something, people dream of winning the lottery. And I keep telling people, if the lottery depended on me, they would have went out of business 3 days after they opened because I won't buy those tickets. That's a dream. I'm dreaming. And most people are dreaming, but nobody has a vision. A vision is something you're going to work towards. So the first thing that you need to do, and what we talk about in the book, is you got to have a vision. You got to have, this is what I want to do. This is where I'm going. This is what I'm going to do with my life. I got a vision. Now, think about that for a minute. You have that vision? Are you ready for that vision? What's your vision? I want you to try to write that down. And it's not easy. You're not going to come up with it right away, and it's not going to be right there, and you're going to get your hands on it. But listen, it's going to start driving you. What is it that you really want to do in life? What is it that you really want? Stop thinking, I can't do it. Now, I know if you're a 5'3" and you're 122 pounds, you're not going to play linebacker for the Cowboys. I understand that, but that's okay. You might be the person to own the team. You might go out and buy the Philadelphia Eagles tomorrow, or the New York Jets, or where are the Raiders playing these days? Who cares? The point is, you got a vision. What is it? And I want you just to build that vision. I don't want you to let anything stand in your way. I don't want you to just say, I can't. Bill Gates is a great example. Bill Gates had a vision, and those of you who remember Gates's vision, it was, I want to put a computer in every house. It was at a time when most people didn't even know what a computer was. And people laughed at him and said, are you kidding me? A computer in every house? I think people used to laugh at TVs the same way. But today, you look at your home. Does every home have a computer? If it doesn't have a desktop, it probably has a laptop, or it has one of these little smartphones, right? You know what these are? These are computers with more power than you could ever believe. So first thing, don't put any roadblocks in the way. Just look at what it is that you want to accomplish in life and put it out there and start building that vision, because that's step one. Now, once you have that vision, failure creates success, because now I need a plan. And just try this on for size. It's New Year's Eve, 2000, whatever. And you're at a party. And everyone's excited and everyone's saying, wow, it's a new year, and everyone's fired up and everyone's feeling good. And they're all talking about, here's my New Year's resolution. Here's my goals. This is what I'm going to do next year. Yeah, I'm going to do it. The trouble is, do you realize 98% of those things will never happen? Because the statistics are pretty interesting. And it depends on who you believe out there, I guess. But I'm going to use some, I'm going to use some more conservative statistics, which say that within a week, 50% of the people who said what they were going to do already have broken. I don't know how many New Year's when I was a smoker, and I quit at 38. When I was a smoker, I went through 10 years of saying every New Year's, I'm going to quit. And some New Year's, within an hour, I'd already broke that, right? Doesn't matter what the goal is. Most people, 50% gone in a week, 75% gone in a month, 90% gone in 2 months, and 98% gone by the later, middle of the year probably, or even earlier. 2%. Are you part of that 2%? Well, that 2% needs to do part two, which is the plan. You got to have a plan, because here's what I want. Let's go back to our Bill Gates example. Bill Gates had a vision. I want to put a computer in everybody's home. Do you think he just said, he sat around and he says, I'm going to dream about this. And every night I'm going to dream about what I'm going to do. No, he had a plan. And he started putting that plan together. And that plan started with DOS, which was an operating system. And it was the key. So what you need is a plan. And a plan says, here's some goals. Here's some measurements. Here's some people to keep me accountable. That's what I need. I need to know not just I'm going to do this, but what are all the tasks that I have to do? What are all the things that I have to do to make that happen? And how am I going to know I did them? And how am I going to measure? And who besides myself? Because, and even though I'm a coach, I'm not trying to sell you coaching, but the bottom line is, who's going to keep me accountable for all those things that I need to get done? Is there somebody? I hope so. But if not, do I have any chance of being successful? So you need a goal, you need a plan, you need measurements, you need accountability. And also, this is something that I learned when I worked at Boeing, and it's always stayed with me. And it's this thing called lessons learned. This is one of the reasons failure creates success. Failure creates success because I tried it, I failed. Here's what I learned. Now I adjusted it, and I came back again, and I got smashed again. And I looked, and I learned, and I adjusted, and I came back again. Bam. And I'm back again and again and again. I don't care how long it takes me. Persistence, consistency, and self-discipline will drive me to where I want to go. Why? Because I'm learning a lesson from each point. So we talk about that in the book as well. And of course, there's time management. And most people waste their time. I was reading such an interesting statistic the other day, and I was kind of shocked. I said, it really made me look at my time I watch TV. And I'm not a big TV guy. I don't even have commercial TV. I think most of the thing we have is Netflix and an Apple box. But the point is, the average person in America today watches TV 7 hours. 7 hours! That's almost as much as most people work. Are you kidding me? How can people do that? But think about it. What do? You get up, you turn the TV on. The TV's on in some houses all day if somebody's there. The TV's on while you're having breakfast. The TV's on if you're having a family breakfast. The TV's on the whole time everybody's there in the morning. And then maybe everybody leaves and the TV goes off. And then you come home, and what's the first thing that happens? And the TV goes on. And whether that's 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and that TV is on until the last person decides to go to bed. That's scary. That's wasting. So time management, not just do you need to have a vision and a plan, you need to prioritize the things that you do. And that's what life is about. What is it that's most important? Well, if I got this great dream that I'm going after, then I've got to have a way to get there, right? So let me just break for a minute. And here's the book again. And I just want to throw up there, and I'm going to share with you. I'll share it with you on if you're watching the video after as well. But let me see if I can get this up there for you. I can do it right here, I think. Yeah. I love to share the link, and I always like to use Amazon because Amazon's my buddy and my partner, and we've got a lot of books out there. And right here you can see the book on Amazon. But what I want to do for you today is just show you this right here. And let's see. Yeah, let me pull the link because I want to share it with you. And the book is $20, so it's not, one of them $2.99 things that are available out there. But I just want to share it because I'm going to give you a special bonus if you are. There we go, and there it is. Now you should have that on your sidebar. And let's see if it came up right the way we wanted it. Those of you out there, you probably already see. Yeah, there's the link, and it's a hot link for Failure Creates Success. Get the book. Now, if you buy the book, then just email me a copy of the receipt, and I'm going to send you free, absolutely no additional cost, copy of my last release book, which was what was that last book? Gotcha, didn't you? You thought I forgot it. Who's keeping you accountable? Is somebody keeping you accountable? The book, and right here, let me just show that to you so you can there. What's your excuse? And I'm not. Anyhow, what's your excuse? Everyone's got one, and they all have that problem of stinking, right? I mean, stinking thinking, like Joyce Myers talks about. But if you buy this book today, and let's put it out there, by September 30th, okay? So I'm going to give you basically a week. If you buy this book by next Friday and you email me a copy of the receipt, I am going to ship you a copy of my other book just for you. What's your excuse? And if you do this in the next 2 days, so let's say you ship that to me by the 27th, I am also going to ship you a second book, which is my Sales Follow-Up Sucks. So if you, in the next 4 days, by the 27th. Can do that. You can pick up a couple of free books. Buy the book, Failure Creates Success. It is well worth buying. And if you're watching this later on a replay, check our website. We always have something going on. So let me get back because like always, I'm running out of time, right? Time is quick. So you got to know where you're going. You got to know how you're going to get there. And then the biggest problem most people have is they never do it. In the software industry, there were tools out there which would blow Microsoft and Apple away. And guess what? They never got to market. Why not? Because people had a great vision, but they didn't. They had a great dream. And they may have had a plan that they started to put together, but they never did anything with it. So if you're somebody out there who is really playing with something, but you haven't done anything, this is the big step for you. Do some action. You see, action creates results. And you're going to see a lot of this in the new book we have coming out on decision making at first of the year, is all about action creates results. Now, you need persistence. And one of the reasons you want to get the book is one of the reasons that you want to get the other book that really, what's your excuse? The reason you want to get a copy of that book is because it talks all about persistence, consistency, and self-discipline. Although even in this book, we have a chapter on that because we think it's so important. Practice. How many of you practice what you do? How good are you? Are you the best? I hope so, because you need to be the best. And then the last part of the whole action thing is, how well do you listen? Are you listening? And who do you listen to? And those of you who follow me for a while know how hard I am on the fact that you need to watch who you hang out with. The question is not just who are you listening to, who are you hanging out with? So there you have it, the 3 steps that will take failure and create success. You got to have a vision, because a strong vision, there is nothing. And I'm so solidly going to put myself behind this one. When you have that vision of what you want, you go to bed with it. You get up in the morning. It's the reason I jump out of bed every morning. Why? Because I'm excited about what I'm doing. Are you? If you have a vision and you know where you're going, let me tell you something. You will start to get excited and you will jump out of that bed in the morning because you're ready. Because what you're going to do when you get out of that bed is you're going to find that plan of yours. And you've got to already know, because the night before you put it all together. And the night before you said, this is what I'm going to do. And that's why you can jump out of that bed, because you know exactly what you're going to do today. And what you're going to do today is exactly move towards making that plan a reality, because you're taking the action steps and you're going to do it. Wow. And that's it. And that's the difference between the 2% that you're part of and the other 98%. So get a copy of the book or not. I can't really force you to buy the book. And I can't tell you that if you buy the book, it's going to make it happen to you. It's going to make it happen for you, because the book's not going to make it happen for you. But the book shows you how to start walking along that vision, that plan, and take some action. And you need some help? Of course you do. And let me tell you, I want to just talk a little bit more on what I said there near the end of when I was talking before. And that's that whole thing about making something happen, taking action, and hanging out with the right people. So take a look today. If you don't do anything else, how we doing? We're okay. We got about 5 minutes left. I want to spend the last 5 minutes. First of all, you have the link there. If you don't, you can see it down the bottom. Remember, buy the book before the 30th of September. Send me the receipt and a copy of the receipt, picture of it. Just close it with, just take a picture of it with your camera. And then I'm going to send you 2 free books if you do it in the next 4 days. And otherwise, I'll still send you a free book. And I might just send you both of them. So, try me. I love giving stuff away as long as you're going to use it. And that's my key. So let's go back. Who are you hanging out with? I want you to make a list today of the 4 most influential people the 4 people that you spend most of your time with. 4 people in your life. And then I want you to look at each one of them. And I want you to say, which one of these people is where I want to be? Is it one of them? Is it 2 of them, 3 of them, 4, or all of them? Are they all where I want to be? Or are they all striving to get there? Are they all working hard to get there? Are they all driven to get there? And if your answer is no, I don't know of any of them. And let's leave family out of this, because family is family and we got to love our family no matter what. You look at those 4 people and you say, are any of them where I want to be? And if the answer is no, then you need to go find 4 new people to hang out with. 4 people who are where you want to be. And people don't like it when I say that. And you know what I tell you? Too bad. I don't mean to be rude or anything, but the point is, you will be who you hang out with. I think our mothers told us that many years ago, and we didn't want to believe it then either. But you will be who you hang out with. And if you're not hanging out with people who are where you want to be, you're going to stay where you are. Because motivation comes from watching other people that you respect and that you know and that you love making it happen. And you want to be there too. All right? Why do you think people know each other? They move down the shore, they buy a shore house, and 3 of their friends also buy a house somewhere in the same neighborhood, because guess what? They all been hanging out together and they all been going after the same thing. There's a saying, I can't remember who told me this, but I love it. And it says, you can't save yourself, but you can't save yourself to being rich, which basically says you can save and skimp and do all that, but you're never going to get rich. What you got to do to get rich is you got to start believing that failure creates success and that you're going to go do it. It's Coach Manny. We're running out of time. And they give me a hard time when I run over, because I like to say 30 minutes is what I take of your time. So I'm not going to take any more. Again, just want to reiterate the offers today. Get this book out on Amazon. It's $19.99, or you can get the Kindle for $10. Either way you go with it. Get the book. Send me the receipt, copy of the receipt, and I'm going to send you a couple books. I decided I'm going to send you a couple books. As long as you send that in to me by September 30th, I'm going to send you 2 books that you can read in addition to this, and it's going to just spark you into a whole new realm. Because you see, failure creates success. What's your problem? And my sales follow-up sucks, which are the 3 books that we're talking about today, are really simply based on a philosophy that says you got to keep going. And when you mess up, you learn, and then you keep going. You got to stay on top of relationships, and you got to understand what's stopping you and bust through it, over it, under it, around it. It doesn't matter. You got to get those roadblocks out of your way, and you're going to watch tremendous success come your way. We're here every Friday for you. And if you miss us, just go to my YouTube channel, Manny Nowak, and sign up. Also, link up with me on LinkedIn, Manny Nowak. Linked up with me on Twitter, Coach Manny, or on Facebook, Manny Nowak. I'm out there. I'm ready to be friends with you. Let's get going. Get a copy of the book. Start moving yourself to that next level. And don't let anything stand in your way. This is a coach saying, as my great old friend who's passed, Burl Walk, always says, get out there and create a better world. Thank you.